The next time you hear an attack on the Affordable Care Act, don't get mad. Arm yourself with the facts and stand up for health care. These 5 websites provide personal stories, facts, and talking points you can use to make the case for supporting health care reform. We're at the White House website and we're going to go to the 50 States, 50 Stories map. When you see this telephone icon, it indicates that there's a story that not only has a photo of the individual but a recording of their story.
She beat all the odds. She was in a school bathroom by herself and had a cardiac arrest. In the weeks right after we got back home with her, my father asked me what coverage would be like for her once she graduated from college.
If you select a state that doesn't have the telephone icon, you will simply see a photo of someone with a story and then a brief description of their experience. The area on the right is worth a look. It has statistics on how healthcare reform is affecting the state of California, so you can find personalized information about your state. Our last stop at this website is the Share Yours Here button, which allows you to share your individual healthcare story. We're at Democrats.org and they have a section titled Progress, where you can go in and the first thing you might want to do is enter your zip code. I'm going to enter a zip code for Eureka, which is where I grew up. And the page is going to load showing your district in the state of California, and then there will be some statistics. The number of businesses in my district, not in the state of California, just my district, that could get a healthcare tax credit. The number of Americans with pre-existing conditions who would be denied coverage without this bill. Now you may want to come back to this site later on because it also has statistics on things like jobs saved, the number of middle-class families who have received a tax cut, the number of Energy and Recovery Acts in the state of California, and this one is near and dear to my heart, the number of education jobs saved in California. Okay, that's my district. We can also find some stats on the state and the nation. If we change location, we can look for just California and receive statistics. And if we go back and change location one more time, we can see national statistics. The last section is the stories of progress. Here you'll find a story of something happening within the district. In this case, Petaluma Health Center, which received $8.9 million federal stimulus loan to expand the health center facility and services. This story has a double punch, stimulus and healthcare. Now, down toward the bottom, there's a link, and when you select that link, you'll be taken to another page which has a link that allows you to read about a local newspaper that has featured this story. That can be a real plus when you're writing letters to the editor. MomRising.org has a map with individual stories that have been submitted to their site. As you scroll over one of these red dots, the story is displayed, and sometimes you can't get the entire story because there's not enough room. I found it kind of tough to scroll over and catch that read full story thing. It was a little tricky, but I found that I could scroll down and there's an area where you can read all the stories. Now here they aren't sorted by state, but there's a great deal of information, and if you're looking for a few personal stories, I really recommend you stop by this website. There's about 5 stories per page, and at the time of this taping, there were 152 pages, so you have a lot to work with, and I'm fairly confident that you'll find a story for your state, or you'll find a story that matches the subject you're writing about. The last thing I'd like to point out is that at the top of each page of stories is a Share Your Own Experience link, and that will take you to a form where you can share your healthcare story. I'm at the OFA website, and I'm going to use a tool titled Write Your Paper, and this tool takes you step by step through the process of writing a letter to your local newspaper or your elected official. Let's select the Write Your Paper button, and the first thing I do is enter my zip code, and then I'm going to select Get Started. It's going to ask me to enter a first and last name, my email address, and my mailing address, and it already knows, based on my zip code, my city and state. Now it provides along the left a list of regional, local, and national papers, and I can select one. In this case, let's take the Eureka Times Standard, and then go to the next step. As I write my letter to the editor with a subject line and then a message, over on the right-hand side are tips. So nice little phrases I can sprinkle in my letter to the editor about the Affordable Care Act. Now, I not only recommend using these for a letter to the editor, I recommend you use them if you're reading a story on the CBS website and you want to support healthcare. These are great phrases to just copy and paste into your comments. I know writing a letter to the editor can seem scary, but this website makes it really easy. This is the Credo Action website, and at this site are petitions that you can sign online. They have 2 or 3 a week, and at the moment they're featuring 2 petitions that directly affect healthcare. The bill to choke off funds for HR 3, and then the attack on Planned Parenthood. You simply click on the link, fill in your information, and then sign the petition. Now, once you've done that, they will send you email when more petitions are added. I support this site because they put out petitions that echo my values, and they also email us with information about whether or not the petition made a difference. I hope this video helps you channel your frustration over health care repeal into positive actions you can take today as we all stand up for health care. Whether you share a personal story in the lunchroom, quote statistics in a letter to the editor, or copy and paste a talking point into the comment section of a website, your actions make a difference.